Welcome, listeners. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then let me take you on a journey beneath the cobbled streets of Edinburgh, into a place where shadows linger and history breathes in the deep stone walls. This is Mary King's Close, and tonight we'll meet Annie, a girl who never left. She isn't just a ghost. She's a story, a symbol, and perhaps a mirror of what we choose to remember and what we don't. In the heart of Edinburgh's old town lies a network of buried alleyways. They call them closes. Narrow, dark passageways once bustling with life, now sealed under layers of time and stone. Among the most infamous is Mary King's Close. Named after a 17th century fabric merchant and widowed mother of four, it's become home to both the city's elite and its struggling poor. In the 1640s, the plague swept through Edinburgh like smoke. Overcrowded and unsanitary, Mary King's Close was particularly hard hit. Many were quarantined and left to die, their cries muffled behind locked gates. Later, in the 18th century, the town council built over the close to create the Royal Exchange, burying parts of it under vaulted stone ceilings. Today, the close is preserved time capsule, a tourist site, and some say a haunted relic. Ghost tour whisper tales of plague doctor in brick masks, of spirits glimpsed in a deep corner. But none are as famous as poignant as the tale of Annie. The year is 1992. Edinburgh hums with modern life, but just beneath the surface, the past still stirs. On a guided tour of Mary King's Close, a Japanese physician named Ako Gibbo descends into the dim corridors. She feels it immediately, the cold, the grief. And in one room, something stops her in her tracks, a presence. The guide begins to explain. They say a little child once lived and died here alone during the plague, left behind, forgotten. Ako kneels on the stone floor and speaks gently. Annie, I can feel your sadness. You're lonely, aren't you? She returns later with a small doll and leaves it in the corner of the room. The temperature warms, the air lightens. Annie, it seems, find peace for a time. But peace is fragile. Years later, the doll is stolen. Paranormal reports the research. Crying cold drafts, tugging hands. Something is wrong again. The real Mary King's Close launches a campaign. Bring back the doll. It goes viral. Eventually, the doll returns, quiet returns too, but something had changed. But stories don't always stay still. Some months after Annie found peace, something changed. Her doll, the one Ako had given her, was gone. At first, staff thought it had slipped beneath the pile of gifts in Annie's room. But after a thorough search of the site, the truth became clear. It had been stolen. What followed was a surge of paranormal activity. Reports of crying intensified. Visitors described a chilling presence. Some felt their clothing pulled. Others claimed to see the shadow of a little girl in the corner, her face twisted in a sorrow. The real Mary King's Close responded quickly, launching a global appeal under the hashtag Bring Back the Door. Their message was simple: return the door, no question asked. The campaign gained traction across social media. The story touched hearts. Eventually, the doll was returned, anonymously left the entrance to the site. Since then, the haunting has quieted, but the public response has already taken root. Today, Annie's room is more than a haunted space, it is a shrine of compassion. Visitors leave plush animals, letters, badges, even handcrafted gifts. First responders from cities like New York and Tokyo have offered tokens of respect, from police patches to firefighters' pins. None of these people ever knew Annie, but they recognized something in her story. Abandonment, memory, innocence. They answered with empathy. And in doing so made Annie's room not a place of fear, but of remembrance. Annie's room is quiet now, but in that quiet, her story still speaks. Our walk through Mary King's Close ends here. We've heard silence, touched memory, and met the small hand that still reaches out. Annie may never be found in history books, but she lives on in toys left behind, in quiet footsteps, in voices like this one. If you ever visit Edinburgh and pass through Mary King's Close, maybe leave Annie a small gift to say you're not forgotten. Thank you for listening to Echoes in the Close. Until next time, sleep well if you can.